Hello all. At the time of recording this, I'm recording it due to the fact that, due to work and such, while I am making time to record videos, I've not got the time to do consistent opening video sections. I had intended to return to such, but due to life and, well, life really, I won't be able to return to those. I hope that you all enjoy the following stuff. I will try and do ones particular to a series that I'm running or such thing like that, or do general ones. This one is for my Mass Effect, and I hope you all enjoy. And we're back with more. I'm sorry. Right. So what did I say I was going to do on here? So I actually was, I did some...
Listen, honey.
It didn't do what I thought it did, what I was looking at. I thought it actually made sure the emails were in time. Because I've been looking and I heard some stuff about emails appearing out of order.
Commander Shepard, please select a destination.
Just via word of mouth from a couple of people. But looking at what's come up, that actually comes from the Spectre terminal, and it's apparently a known glitch, known bug that's being looked at. So we'll see where it goes from there. I'm not going to be doing Omega yet, because in the reading of the actual page of the EGM, there's a quest that comes, there's a journal entry that comes up if Garrison Aria have been talked to before you go and do the other part of that. So instead, I'm going to continue what I was doing and doing the search and rescue for my GAW. Leave orbit. So we've covered the terminus regions. So now we will look at this expanse. So that means we're going to start... Actually, we'll do the this branch first. So we've got the Minos Wasteland, the Athena Nebula, Selene Nebula, and Nimbus Cluster.
I found something.
Pietus. Bonk. And that got us credits. I really do need to do a credit stop and see what I've got. Right, so we know, for example, that that's a fuel depot. I'm not going to take that yet. I'll use that to fuel up on one of these runs. Before that, I just realized I've got all these credits and I haven't been spending them on what I've planned on spending them on. And I should have gone down to number 4, not the crew deck. Engineering. Right. Engineering upgrades. Access store to purchase new upgrades. Javelin missile battery. Right. So to my understanding, I've got no more upgrades available from there. Which means I actually have to travel to buy stuff in at store, because I don't plan to buy it when it's more expensive. I'm a Scrooge. War Terminal, Alliance. So that was an SR2 upgrade. We're worth 25 points. Fire and forget Javelin missiles mounted from the cargo deck launch platform provide powerful weaponry against heavily armed ships. Back. So we got an upgrade on the Normandy. Time to scan.
Signal confirmed.
That's a fair amount. Start scanner. I got a feeling at least one of them's not fuel. Intact Reaper weapon. So there's more stuff running around. So we'll try Agayu. Don't ask me to say most of these names ever again. I'm not very good at it. Niegas.
Faster than light jump successful.
Hello, Governor. I'm entertaining myself because I find this nearly as boring as you do. But nowhere I've found is there a list of exactly where to go to collect this stuff. And even then, I haven't got some of the collection options available yet. So essentially what I'm aiming to do is find what can be found.
I found something.
Investigate. Fuel. Leave orbit. Run.
Evasion successful.
Kappa Iota. So, yeah, essentially this is so that it's easier for others.
Signal confirmed.
Okay, what's with that red relay? Researchers and the Extraterrestrial Studies Group. Investigate. Right. So, raise your hand if you think that's going to become important later. Come on, I know you want to raise your hand. You're thinking just like I am. That's a preset setup. Yes, fuel. Plot mass relay jump. So I've got 2 points here where I've got fuel canisters laying around. Or what I believe to be fuel cans. Parenthesia. I don't know what my odds of finding anything in this system will be, due to the fact it's not under siege yet. And the sorry, I won't speak ill of them. Mainly because if I wanted to speak ill of them, I'd start swearing like a sailor. Fuel, 100% of assets, 16% of assets. So apparently there's a few things running around here. Tomatoes.
Signal confirmed.
Signal confirmed. Lucia. Sorry, engineers. And sorry, science team. More fuel. Wow. Vernio. Right. This one's going to be interesting. Oh.
I found something.
Why have I got a feeling there's going to be... Nope. Okay. 100% of assets recovered. Leave.
Reapers eluded.
That means Lalesa here has got the rest of it, I think? Unless I missed anything in Parentia.
Signal confirmed.
Which, to be fair, I very well could have. Asset recovered. 500 units of fuel. Run to the edge of the system.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, so there's still something in Parnitha. And it's not going to be a fuel resource.
I found something.
On Tevura. Wow, that's a rather odd combination. Only the Asari. Dr. Jelize. Asari science team. We have a mass relay jump ahead of us. We'll duck into the Nimbus cluster and grab some of that fuel. $750 units of fuel. They overdid it on the fuel, didn't they? And then we have the Selene cluster? I can't remember if it was cluster or system. Loropi. Uh, 100% of assets. 20% of assets. I hit enter system, not to go that way.
Signal confirmed.
Investigate. 250 units of fuel. Run to Fontes. And the Teolia run will be long. That's Dakuna.
I found something.
175 units of fuel.
Evasion successful.
Teolia? By the way, that's a... Like I said, this is a big run.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, we have something on Curesia? I am trying to say these things, but one thing I probably will end up doing after I get all these things is I'll go up and do like just a run through of where to scan for every location. Make it worth it for you people. But it's also part of my gameplay and I record that. We have the mass relay. We'll go to the Minas Wasteland to pick up the fuel there. And yeah, okay, it seems like a waste of fuel, but one, I know how to pick up fuel for free, so that's how I fuel the ship. Two, it just makes it convenient to search for assets because I know what is and isn't there. Like, each of these is 100%ed, so if something becomes available, well then I'll know about it. I'm not doing the Innes Basin, Krogan DMZ. We'll do the Aethon cluster. We have
I
a
found
rune, which, if memory serves, is the Volus's. Yes, the Volus. The Book of Plenix. Oops. Why'd I grab that fuel exactly, people? We have Chirksab. Volus fabrication units.
Reapers eluded.
So there's 6 items in system. Keep that in mind, people, when we're searching. There is 6 to find.
Signal confirmed.
2 to find left, 6 in total. Satu Arta. Every system that's at 100% means it takes me less and less time searching a system to find what I'm looking for.
I found something.
Investigate. Because it just makes it easier and easier to identify what needs collecting. Can I outrun them to this side of the map? Yes, I
Faster than
can.
light jump successful.
Nura? Nura? Right, we go. Landing. Du, 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 du.
Signal confirmed.
And it's probably fuel again. But that's the system tapped out. Means I don't have to worry about finding anything. And the system. Run for the relay.
Evasion successful.
Well, relay jump. I will do the DMZ. Actually, I'll do the Olin Protectorate first. If this crashes, my apologies.
I found something.
I have heard that this is a bit bugged. Drill wetwork teams. Well, looks like we made it out of here fine. I don't want to touch the Anos Basin until I actually get to the Anos Basin. Nith. I still technically have more fuel than you can have at a start game. Keep that in
Signal
mind.
confirmed.
Investigate. We have 300 units of fuel and no more assets. And there's 2 assets in Dranek by the looks of it.
I found something.
Investigate. Leave unit. Rothala. And it's away. We picked up the Shadow Broker Wet Squad. Or Wet Team, whatever you want to call them. Essentially, they're killers. Run for the relay. Jump. So like I said, I'm going to leave Anos Basin alone until I actually need to. I grabbed the fuel from them already. So I've done local cluster, Arcturus stream, exert this cluster. Let's try the Petra Nebula. I forgot the Petra Nebula was where we did Gruesome Academy, so we've already searched here. Done Kite's Nest. We have the Horsehead Nebula. Came up clean there. Head for Fortuna. Roman Goddess of Luck, if you know your mythology. Nothing. Well, here's hoping there's something in the last system, or this will have been a dud run. Stranus. Well, I officially declare this a dud run. There was no loot. Which does mean, however, I need to go and grab fuel and a system. Do I need to go get fuel? But surely I could get by with this. Alright, head to the Cerbit Nebula. Enter orbit. Dock. Alliance docks. Then I'm going to head to the Presidium
You're cleared
Commons.
to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I need a cab to the Presidium.
It'll be there momentarily.
Because go to Bar Von and talk about the fact I've picked up the Wetwork Squad.
I rescued those soldiers from Reaper Turret.
Excellent work. The Shadow Broker has authorized me to offer you a finder's fee for his guard's safety. And now that our business is concluded, I have to tend to some other engagements. Goodbye, Commander.
Bye, Bala.
May I say good luck?
Thank you. Alright, so downstairs, and I'm going to go buy some stuff with some of those credits I've been saving. Wait, I know you.
Hey, I remember you. Shepard, right? Heard you're fighting the Reapers.
Matriarch Athena. You were working on Ilium. How'd you end up here?
With the Reapers making noise, I figured it was time to get somewhere safer. So I moved here.
I don't think so. I've seen some video footage of you looking at Liara.
Yeah. Matriarch Benazia was her mother.
I think it's still supposed to say, but I was her father. In which case, I'm going to respond with, her father?
You mean you were her other mother, right?
No, I didn't pop her out. Hell, she's never even met me.
Sorry. If you were human, you'd both be called the mother, regardless of which one gave birth.
Well, I'm not human, am I? Anthropocentric bag of dicks.
You should talk to her.
Liara would love to meet you.
Why? She doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benazia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. Like a boyfriend who used to work for Cerberus.
I only
Oi,
work
I
with
don't like that
Cerberus
fact.
to fight the Reapers.
And you're not with him now. I know. If you were, you wouldn't get within a light year of Liara.
Is that a threat?
I'm no commando, but I've had 1,000 years to learn to fight dirty. Nobody messes with my girl.
Wait,
Anyway,
you think you're the first matriarch I've
combine
beat?
her work with Venezia and... Well, the matriarchs might have ordered a hit. I hadn't agreed.
Right, that's not gonna happen.
No argument here. I only took these crap jobs to keep the matriarchs happy that she's under control.
Just as long as we're clear. Nobody messes with my girl.
Maybe you're good enough for her after all.
I bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Sorry, I got well, not Papa Shepherd, but no one messes with Liara.
The bartender over there?
The matriarch hired by the Asari government to track my movements?
She's your father.
I know.
Wait, what?
You know.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Yes it is. Go talk to her.
Liara.
Oh, fine.
I just like that one word. Liara. Just like, you know better than this. Go do it.
Come on. Can't blame the matriarchs for keeping an eye on you.
I am not my mother.
You did threaten to flay someone alive with your mind.
That was good.
I had to make them take me seriously. I wasn't going to actually do it. And... you bugged my office on Ilium.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Yeah.
How? Because I'm fairly sure Liara would have been one of those people who would search that office for bugs on a very regular basis. So how did she not realize the office was bugged? It's not bringing up the map. Joker? Hope you don't want to talk anymore.
Is it time to return to the Normandy? I'm getting propositioned with increasing frequency.
No, it's not. Eagle Nebula, time to purchase that.
Welcome to
Casa Fabrications. Blah, 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 blah. We'll take the magazine upgrade.
Purchases go to help our men and women serving in the Alliance.
The spare thermal clip upgrade.
All goods have been marked down with our special wartime discount. For the best in the business, come to Casa. Casa Fabrication Weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth.
I'll look at the rest of them later. But I'm just purchasing the upgrades that, at the moment, the upgrades I definitely want. And my collectibles, because collectibles.
Shoot, no Sostra. Good hunting.
Weapons?
Welcome to Cipertine Armory.
All Citrotine
Extended
Armory
barrel.
products include a lifetime guarantee for performance. See our extranet site for details.
I will also pick up the high velocity barrel
Professional-grade equipment at
and
reasonable
the extended
prices.
barrel.
That's Ciprotine.
Thank you for shopping at Cipertine Armory.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Ultralight materials. Ultralight materials.
Agor Munitions.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Yeah.
Remember
So
to
no more
keep
popping up
purchases
there.
by Agor Munitions.
Alright, that's the last of the upgrades I'm going to buy from there for now. Next up, I'm going to go to Huerta Memorial, which should just be the. Actually, I can't remember what it was called before that, but yeah, I still maintain that Huerta Memorial Hospital is incorrect. I've read the things, and I personally view it as realistic. Right, what do we got at the Elcos Combine?
Arsenal supplies.
Don't be left out in the cold. Ask about our full service.
Alright, nothing there, but we have got this one, which I don't think I did earlier. Koi fish.
We appreciate your visit.
Alright. Now, let's go waste my money somewhere else.
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
Embassies don't have anything. Bar doesn't have anything. Huerta Memorial does. I might actually do a quick run around and make sure that I've got all the possible things. So I'll go see if there's anyone to talk to, sort of thing.
Thank you for shopping. Welcome to Search.
Citrus Supplies has nothing. Dang.
Coming by again, Shepard? I'm flattered.
Nothing new to say to you.
Perhaps we will keep...
Sorry for skipping it, but like I said, there was nothing new there. Ash might have something.
Hey, Shepard.
Just checking in.
Anytime.
Nothing.
I should get back.
You too, Shepard.
Right. Like I said, I'm just doing this to sort of go and check everything. But it's not... It says there's nothing more to buy at the hospital, but I was fairly sure there was. Which means it disappeared. Which... oh well. These things happen. Purgatory Bar, Presidium Commons...
One moment, please.
That has a shop as well. That has Batarian State Arms.
Now arriving at Docking Bay E24. Emergency civilian.
Garrus,
housing.
Preacher, Cortez. So Cortez is down here now. Do it.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. He'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert.
I think you need some comfort from a friend.
You give me strength. Thank you.
Okay. One of my big complaints is this game has stealth romances that you don't even realize you're doing until you actually trigger them and you're like, oh, no, I didn't mean to do this.
Where were you when the Reapers... I'm sorry.
Preacher.
I recovered your pillars of strength from the kite's nest. They're yours, waiting in Bay D24.
Thank you. Right now, my people need any...
Welcome to Batarian State Arms. Please observe all cast restrictions when making a purchase. Are a credit to the agenda.
Now, I don't actually remember if it's a thing, but in one of my playthroughs, I think I actually came across a little girl who was talking to that guy there, and yeah, it was a running thing that kept popping up. I can't remember if that's normal or not, or if I just didn't notice it the other times, but I'm hoping I come across that in this run through.
Please select destination.
Docking Bay D24. Well, let's get back on the Normandy and get out of here, huh?
Docking Bay D24.
We'll go and continue. So yeah, these few episodes, they'll be slow. I will acknowledge and apologize now, because there's not going to be much in the way of ground combat, if any. What I am doing, but is you're seeing the same process that I go through a lot of the time. God. Hell, take my Mass Effect run, in the original one, I spent so much time harvesting stuff. We have a war asset here. Oh, we have many war assets. We have the Volus fabrication units. Volus companies are skilled at mass producing whatever manufactured goods are currently in demand. Factories use modular equipment to switch their production lines. Yeah. Right, so MIT upgrades, N7 Special Forces, Drell Wetwork teams. Okay. So we're picking up assets slowly. We now have more stuff in the private terminal. None in the Spectre requisitions, which means it will be an email. We have the wet team. I literally just picked up more assets just by reading an email. Right. And I leveled up to level 40. Which means I have a few level ups to spend. Concussive shot, force and damage. Back. Confirm. Resume. Right. Leave orbit. Right. I'm actually also going to do more shopping yet. I'll be shopping at 5th Fleet Requisitions. The 5th Fleet Logistical Hub. Enter. It's cheaper this way. I'm going to pick up the M44 Hammerhead IFV. The M35 Mako. So, just leaves me with the F61 Trident to pick up. So I'm out, and I'm purchasing these things mainly because I'm a bit of a completionist, and also if you give me these sort of things, I will probably pick them up in a game. Alright, so we checked the Horsehead Nebula, that was empty. Let's try Argos Row. Actually, I know I picked up another star system, I just can't remember which one it was. Which means I just do a quick scan over to see if it's one of the ones I've done previously. And if it is, then I will know. Eagle Nebula. So, no, it's not one of the ones we've done previously, which means it's free game, as it were. We'll start with Argos Row, and we'll work our way further round.
Signal confirmed.
We have Metgos here. We have colonial support from it, and that's half of the assets available. Other half is here, which is a fuel asset. So I'm not going to pick that up yet. I'm going to go to Gorgon. There's only 4 assets in system, in this relay system, which means I've got to be careful.
Faster than light jump successful.
Which means their other pair are in Phoenix. So Hydra and Phoenix had stuff, but Gorgon didn't. That was a big amount of fuel to get here. Investigate. 450 units of fuel goes away to recovering what I've just spent. Pinnacle Station. Didn't want to.
Successful.
I wanted to pick up Pinnacle Station, not get hit by a Reaper. Hope if I could hit that. Enter orbit. Turian Spec Ops team. From what I understand, I got that because I went through the trouble of actually beating the my competitor's score. Like, I beat the high score of everything. Side note, that was a hard thing to do. 270 units of fuel. Mass relay jump.
Evasion successful.
So, rear away. Gemini Sigma. Sigma, not Smigma.
Signal confirmed.
That's fuel. But I'll pick it up because nothing else has popped up. And I know I'm short a little bit of fuel. Only a little bit, but not that much. I figured it would only be about 170 units. We have Ming. Is the other in system. That's a little bit of a drive.
I found something.
320 units of fuel. Pointless, but I did it anyway. We're getting places. Hades Gamma. Now that I'll pick that up. What? No, I've already done Hades Gamma, haven't I? Oops. 100%. That leaves Voyager Cluster, and then I'll go to the Attican Traverse.
Signal confirmed.
Ajabinium. Agebinium. We received credits. 12,000 credits. That's actually quite a bit. Running. My apologies. I hit the ESC button when I didn't mean to. So I'll hit Galaxy Map, and we'll be back on our trip. Yangtze. There's got to be more than this. there's nothing in this system, which means, oh, there's another one that we can't see, which is Columbia. Eesh. Fuel's going to be a worry on the return trip.
I found something.
We have Nepheron. Pick that up. Cerberus data. And then we have Roma. An interferometric array. So that means that must be a part 2 for it. Wonder if there's more parts. And we'll run for Amazon, and hopefully we won't run out of fuel. 231. Investigate. 450 units of fuel. That's not really enough to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Signal confirmed.
Because I'm not sure how many how many places there are in this system. So we have Vostok here and Matano. What I didn't really pay attention to when I flew was how much there is in system. So 50. Which means it may very well be here at Matano. Scans away. Away.
I found something.
And it's on a rock. 625 units of fuel. Not quite what I was hoping to get, but yeah, I'll use that. Caspian. Like I said, this is mainly so I can eliminate variables in finding locations, because I'll go back over my videos and I will afterwards I'll publish up on the Nexus page, I'll publish up a list of well, not Nexus page, but I will create a link to a list of locations in the EGM. I'm having moments here. I'm sorry to everyone who's watching this and is like, what is he doing? Hurry up, do something. Ooh, that's a few systems.
Signal confirmed.
We have, this is Gagarin. Scan, start scanner. Hit that. Sorry, linguists. The MIT Extraterrestrial Studies Group. So there's 2 more things to find. Yep, nothing. Alright. Hong. Fly. Just nosing the system to try and surf a little bit. We have Caspian. Geth Heretic Technology. I don't know why I hit that so many times. I was completely and utterly out of it. Banshee, please be fuel. Otherwise I'm not gonna make it back. Please have.
Signal confirmed.
Yay! Yay! I'm definitely making it back home. Gagarin? Investigate. 300 units of fuel. So, we got enough fuel for the next location. Plot mass relay jump. We'll go to the Nubian Expanse. Nubian Zeta. Sorry.
I found something.
Prequel Star Wars trilogy just popped into my head. Research data from Pragia. That's fuel. So I actually had to essentially cut and pause there. So I'm going to head to Kalabasha. Yeah. People rocked up and it was like, come say hello, and I was like, eesh. You know how it is. People come, people go, very, very easily. We have Kurtasi? Someone get back to me on how to say that.
I found something.
You investigate? 50 units of fuel. That's pitiful. And then we have NX2185 Curel. Custal. I can at least say the first part of this. NX2185.
Signal.
I just finished saying I could say this and then I screw up. Spadao. Scan to the right. Go, go, go! Right. The site of 433 Spido looms in front of you. A planetary scan reveals that it's suffering through a nuclear winter, with many regions flooded with radiation. The scan also detects 3 ships with unknown profiles on the surface, and a weak native radio signal a few kilometers from their location. Liara takes a moment to call up archaeological records on the planet. She explains that the native inhabitants once had a thriving civilization, but they rendered themselves extinct through a sudden, intense nuclear conflict. She also notes that a year ago, the Solarian researchers recovered stockpiles of ancient warheads. There may still be some buried beneath the surface. You decide to investigate and order Cortez to prepare the shuttle for launch. To mask his approach, Cortez flies low between the imposing skyscrapers. Their ruins hold a terrible beauty. Each carries the scar of thousands of years of neglect, their shells torched by nuclear fire. The interior beams warped, glass melted before cooling on the city streets below. Hardy plants have climbed the ancient superstructures to escape the radioactive storm. Even here, life is trying to find a way. You disembark several streets away from the ship, and immediately your hard suit chimes a hazard warning about the radiation. The squad moves quietly through the desolate streets, passing half-buried statues of nameless leaders and charred, decayed wreckage that might have once been native transportation. You spot the alien starships beneath an unearthed bunker. Unknown aliens are setting up explosives against a concrete blast door, and it's clear that they are heavily armed. Edie explains that the ships belong to some of the species in the Terminus systems. One is owned by the Lysenthi, a Solarian offshoot exiled from Council space, but the other 2 are unknown to her, and she cannot judge their capabilities. One of your squad reminds you that there is another radio signal just outside the city, which appears to be of native origin. The wiser option might be to investigate the other location rather than fighting 3 pirate crews for possession of this bunker. What do you do? Right, first and foremost, a little bit of backstory here. Background. I can't remember where exactly I came across it, but it was mentioned to me, and I believe I read it, that the Reapers actually captured the nuclear silos on Earth very early on in their attack, which to me says that they're scared of nuclear missiles, which to me means that any force in the current galaxy who gets their hands on them is another force able to hold off a Reaper invasion. I will deal with the consequences later with allowing others to have WMDs. Alright? We can deal with that. We have the... they've recovered these. They haven't built their own. Alright? They're not a WMD capable nation without using these recovered warheads. Which means I'm going to investigate the signal. Because I see little point in fighting them. And for all I know, the signal has a disarming code or something. It could be a nuclear command bunker, like something like the Pentagon or the White House has, you know. On those, I'm just basing that on the fact of the movies I've watched. I'm not an American. I'm not... yeah, so investigate signal. With the risk of radiation poisoning and only a limited time before your hard suit is overwhelmed, you decide against ambushing the aliens. You retreat along the same path, treading carefully to avoid detection, and you aren't followed. Cortez takes off and continues to use stealthy maneuvers to prevent the aliens from catching wind of you. It's not long before you find yourself sweeping over a radioactive desert towards snow-capped peaks. Somewhere in there lies the source of the ancient radio transmission. You spot a path through the mountains, which, although severely weathered, is clearly an unnatural route. You follow the ancient road through the mountains until it reaches a plateau. There is a partially concealed blast door into the mountain. You disembark and enter the structure. The structure within was clearly military in function. There are vehicles which remind you of late 21st century gunships and tanks, but with an inelegant aesthetic feel that feels strange to your human concept of design. They were clearly built for a people very different to man, yet their intended purpose is clear, even if they are no longer functional. Here and there you find the remains of native soldiers, their bodies mummified and preserved. While deeper in the facility, you find the telltale signs that this is another bunker containing weapons of mass destruction. Before you can call in the discovery, you receive a warning over your comms. The pirates are on their way. Your team hunkers behind the ancient vehicles for cover. Proximity grenades are planted near to the entrance and you wait. The whine of engines is heard as the 3 ships approach, and then the crunch of boots on the snow as the aliens disembark. One ship hangs in the air before the open blast doors, its weapons trained on the vehicles, anticipating where you have taken cover. Suddenly, the ship explodes and you catch a streak of black and white as the Normandy swoops past. Joker's enthusiastic celebration bursts over your radio, but you pay no heed to it. The proximity grenades detonate, taking out several disorientated pirates before you squad guns down the rest. With the threat eliminated, you call for a shuttle. Before leaving, you place a beacon so salvage crews can recover the ancient warheads. Then climb aboard the shuttle and return to the Normandy. Close. Allied forces updated. Ancient WMDs. That was a read and a half to read out. I hope I read it out well enough for you. Interesting to see what the ancient WMDs provides me. Curatessy. Daka. Daka, 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 Daka. As says the orcs. Investigate. I knew it. Fuel. So I'm keeping the tank mostly above full at this moment. That could change very quickly. Mass relay jump. Alright. Kepler Verge. Here I go. Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to have a look and see what the WMDs provide. So for the Crucible, we have the interferometric array. Updated. The second half of the interferometric array has been recovered from the Voyager cluster, further improving the Crucible's astrological mapping system. Then we have another part for the MIT. So there's your other team. I find it odd that they're making any form of success at that, because it's actually impossible to, well, not impossible, but you need some form of common ground to recreate a language. You need a Rosetta Stone, essentially. Colonial support. So good to see that the creators of EGM have added colonial support to different things. Hell, that's a perfectly valid strategy. Alright, if you actually pay attention to the law, it's illegal to use a WMD against a garden world, not against a ungarden world. Which means you can apply it against space-based for enemies and a bunch of others. Clencori? What do we got here? There we are. The Clencori Mercs and Alliance Irregulars. Herschel. We'll turn the correct way after seeing it.
Signal confirmed.
Fuel. That means Ariabata over here is the location of the other two assets.
I found something.
One found at Ekram, so somewhere that's actually pretty named. Right. Collect. And I got money saying that's fuel. Now we head back to Newton and go to the next jump. Enter system. Mass relay. Plot course. Sticks theta. Because I've checked Shadow of C, there was nothing there. Well, Shadow C, not Shadow of C.
Signal confirmed.
Fuel. Nothing else in system. Nothing else in overarching system. That means we're on to the next location, which is the Nima cluster. We have Mulazal to go to. I'm playing it close there. Enter system. So I think by now I've probably unlocked all of the missions for the broker. But I'll keep going for now.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, Hades Nexus. That's fuel. AZs. Well, that's named, so I got a feeling that there's something there. Turvies. Ah, that's the Raioli. Raioli? I don't know how to say it, okay. We got a cruiser, the Arica. And we got fuel to cover our fuels. Sheol, we have one more running around. It'll be either in Sheol or Pamiat. So hopefully we find it quickly. So that means it's in Pamiat, sorry. Bonk.
Signal confirmed.
There it is. Investigate. Leave system. Heck it. Heck it. We'll grab our fuel and run. Investigate. 380 units of fuel. Sentry Omega.
I found something.
We have something at Vermeer. Yes, I hadn't done this one yet.
What the hell are you doing, Alenko?
I'm just making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what.
I had to make a choice.
I don't regret a thing.
Alright, everybody, hang on!
Alright, start scanner. It was right there. That's the salvage the incubation technology. Mass relay jump. We'll go the Nema cluster. We've already done the Nema cluster. I'd forgotten about that. So we'll do the Calston Rift.
Signal confirmed.
We have a signal from Bruce. We have collected what exactly? Synth diamond heat sinks. I'll leave the fuel be. So I've got 1 in 3. And I know where a second one is. So that means I've got to find one more, and I've tapped this system. Hiatus? Yeah. The Corsair starships. Alliance 8th Fleet. Alright, so now we have a another one's spawned apparently.
Signal confirmed.
Because that was 33 of 100, which means, and then it went to 50 of 100, which means that there's an extra loot available. Radiation shielding sheath. Yeah, I'm gonna check these because that number don't sit right with me. So I'm gonna check on my waste a little bit of fuel, but I can get that back for free. Because it jumped from 50 to 66 and I'm like, is that where it's supposed to be? Was that a glitch previously, or am I...
I found something.
Hell, it even said I had 50% of AC's stuff discovered beforehand, like... Alright, we'll head back to Balo, pick up the fuel there, and jump again into system. Though fuel is starting to become a little bit low, we may need to make a stop. 350 units of fuel. We'll go to the Hawking Eater.
Signal confirmed.
Investigate, grab the fuel because I knew we were running low. We have one more to find. Century.
I found something.
Press Rob. Pre-Rob. We launch, we scan, we got the biotic cultists and Alliance irregulars updated. Enter system, mass relay, Pangea Expanse. Not much here. So we have dead space. We will then proceed to jump to the Pylos Nebula. Memory serves, there's been a mission I've done here previously in one of the games.
Signal confirmed.
Investigate. Fuel. Isal. Isail. Jovian Desertion. Dirada, enter system.
I found something.
We got something here at Canalis. Collecting. Geth weather device. Useful asset, that one, I suppose. Well, everything's useful. I mean, just something else I can throw at the Reapers. 250 units of fuel. Zaharin. Into system.
Signal confirmed.
Investigate. Fuel. Satent. So this is taking a while and I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I found something.
Border. Assignment Arya's forces. Good thing I'm doing these before I go and do Omega, because after I do Omega, the Asari forces become unavailable to gain any more of. We have the Eagle Nebula and Isma Frontier to do as well. Strabo. Into system.
Signal confirmed.
Jadaher Station. Nya here. I sound like a cat every time I say that.
I found something.
We have Bilan. Collected. Triton ADS pack. Shining Sky. Alright. We got Malgus now. Hopefully one of these drops like a huge fuel drop, because I'm starting to
Signal confirmed.
worry about the tanks. We're down to a third of a tank. Well, a little bit more, but you know how that goes. You estimate under and you got more. Vorka Pyro unit. The Amun. Into system. Go, go, go. Get the relic. Enter system.
Commander, the Citadel fleet issued an alert about some valuable items they need recovered from this system.
I found something.
Rough Tide. Collect. And we'll hit Ymir and we'll head to the Citadel. Oh. Enter system. Don't go flying. We got less than 100. We got 106 units of fuel left. So unless this turns out to be a single system, I need to go and grab some fuel. No! Don't do that! Don't do that! Citadel. Enter orbit. Hope if I could click what I was aiming for. Dock. Alliance docks.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need
Presidium
ground
Commons,
transport?
because I have the Book of Phoenix, I think it
It'll be
is.
there momentarily.
To hand over to those Volus.
I recovered the Book of Plenix. It's
That's
waiting
the
for
one.
you in Bay D24.
Earth Clan, this is a priceless gift. Thank you. You may help my people remember themselves.
Welcome
Good to hear.
Kanala Exports.
Thank you for shopping at Kanala Exports.
Right. Run, Shepard, run!
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
I haven't been to Benning yet, so I can't do that one. I'm just thinking if there's any other side quests I can think of while I'm here on the Citadel. No, there's not. Right. Let's get out of here. Return to Normandy. Yes. Open fire! So after this, there'll actually be some progress made. Wow. That's what you're all thinking, isn't it? I'm sorry, people.
Commander?
Let's have a look at our war terminal. So for the Crucible, we have picked up the Jovian Desertion. The Mineral Resources. The Haptic Optics Array. Yeah. Radiation Shielding Sheath. Geth Weather Device. The MIT Extraterrestrial Studies Group has picked up, yeah. Alliance, we have picked up the Alliance 8th Fleet, has updated. They took damage in the Hades Gamma Cluster, but then they gained the Corsair Fleet. Alliance Irregulars. So that's the Biotic Cultists. The mercenaries from that planet. And then we have the Beckenstein Colonial Guard. Synth Diamond Heatsinks. N7 Special Forces gained the Vorka Pyro unit. Terminus Systems has gained more to the Terminus Irregulars. And then finally we have the Citadel Space upgrade from Healing Waters. The Triton ADS pack. And the Rayoli Cruiser Arica. Alright. Now, onwards! So I've got 2 stops before I go do something interesting. I have a stop here for the Ismar Frontier.
Signal confirmed.
That's fuel. So Seeing as I've just got fuel, I don't want to waste the space by picking that up. So I'm going to head to Faya? Another one of those ones I have no clue how to say.
I found something.
Zoya. Zoya? Why can they not have simple names for simple people? Zoya industrial support gained. Elista. And then there's unmarked station. I'm gonna have a look at that unmarked station anyway. Even if it does pop in, we have something here. Dunk. Dunk. Please be something interesting. Be something interesting. Enter system.
Signal confirmed.
Unmarked research station. Righto, and then we go to Aquila. Enter system. We'll grab that fuel that we forgot. We didn't forget, we just didn't grab. And we'll head for the black market trader, the weapons dealer, the Rosetta Nebula. I feel like I should be checking the other systems in the Rosetta Nebula. I can't remember if I've done that already.
I found something.
Wait, you found something? Edie. You should tell me these things earlier. Joab. Joab? Yeah. Like I said, they don't make these names easy for simple people. Aria's Forces, Journal updated. Assignment, Aria's Forces, Journal updated. Joab Frontiersman. War Asset updated, Terminus Irregulars. Dealership. Do you wish to trade with the dealer? Enter. Do we have any more available contracts? No. Krogan Incubation Technology. Yes. Now, from what I heard, this is the only place to get the Geth Spitfire? But like I said, I want that Javelin. The Cerberus ship schematics. We'll pick up the Spitfire. Actually, I want the Black Widow. Yes. Give me those extra credits. Oh, the credits are a multiple time use thing. Right, get Spitfire. And, yeah, okay. Now, give me an extra 20k credits. So, I can afford to buy stuff. Alright, so I picked up the Javelin. I've heard it's a good weapon. Black Widow. We'll head to Enoch. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Mass relay, plot mass relay. Alright. So we've officially searched everywhere. Now, I want to go meet Dr. Bryson. God. Dr. Bryson's lab. So we're off to see the good doctor. And I know I said I'd be doing something interesting. But it's not combat.
contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley? Did you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
Is that necessary?
It's an interesting goal, but is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we could just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
That's true. That sounds very useful.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
Paragon interrupt.
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
Good question. Why don't you tell me what's happening, sir?
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson. There was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. You have to believe that.
Then what happened here? Because I know about indoctrination.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update?
Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something.
Give me the brief.
About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication.
What could have killed the Reaper in the first place?
Exactly. That's the real Leviathan.
It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down.
You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
The Leviathan sounds dangerous. It killed Reapers, people.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet, given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper Killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
We can find him together.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Mm-hmm.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No, but we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
1. Prothean artifact.
Yes. I believe Dr. Bryson and Liara would have had much to discuss.
Can you add a search filter for locations known to have Prothean ruins or artifacts?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the galaxy map program.
Bryson's experiments. Good fun, that. Alright, computer console. Use.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Computer console.
Time and
Use.
date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding this search filter to the galaxy map.
Grab the pistol trauma mod. This is a beautiful game for being from nearly a decade ago.
Sovereign, vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart. Loch Ness Monster?
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster is more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
There's no evidence saying it's not real. Okay, there's a lot of evidence saying that, but
By Anne
I'm a
Bryson,
believer.
age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis. But I detect no trace of the decryption key in this... art.
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team, is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. If we can find data on the movement of ancient Rachni ships, it may help us narrow our search. Those appear to be sightings of ships that match Rachni signatures.
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding the search filter now.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Adding it now.
Next we have this one. So I'm being quiet because I'm mainly in the process of searching.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Doing so now.
So upstairs, I think, is the last place I got to search for something. Because I think that's then when I find whatever I've got up here will be my 6 filters.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
Uh-huh.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
Alright, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
You gotta wonder what training Shepard has to be able to spot these little details. Like, to my best of my knowledge, he was not a investigative. He was not trained in investigative techniques.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Of course.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alien sightings.
So the reason I'm doing this is there's a
Based on the search
I get experience for activating
results
each of them.
these 5 systems. I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
Blackout crimes?
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Rachni activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Element 0 deposits.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Prothean activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
So now we have to figure out
activity.
What each of these means.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Now, I think blackout crimes can be removed. We'll remove Rachni activity. Ezo seems likely, so let's move Protheans.
We have a match, marking the galaxy map.
Good. Let's go find Garneau.
So hopefully that was correct. So from here, we will return to Normandy. First I remember... Yeah.
Commander?
No one wants to talk. Alright, so... I will apologize now. I actually am probably going to cut this video here. Between everything, this video is getting fairly long. So I'm going to do my war assets. And then probably... I might read my messages and then head off. Okay. So, nothing else there. Industrial and economic support. Zoria, industrial support. Wow, thank you for acknowledging that game. I did save those people. Private terminal, use. Spectre terminal, nothing there. Email. On Blitz. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I know I have. So yeah, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, don't. It's all up to you.